You gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make sense of it all. We will not fall.
Let's start seated. So come to a comfortable seat for yourself. You can always sit on a block or a bolster. Let's take our Prithvi Mudra, which is the thumb just resting lightly against the ring finger. The other three fingers are together and lightly outstretched. Just roll the shoulders back and down, and then just rest the backs of the hands down onto the knees, or you might prefer to rest them in the center of the lap. And then as you close the eyes on your breath out, soften through the facial expression. Let go of any tension from your day. And come to a steady and rhythmic breath. As you start to focus on your breathing, let go of any thoughts, any distractions, past and future, always coming into the present moment. And using the breath to really see how you feel today, noting to yourself, not judging or criticizing, but just checking in. Give that moment to yourself to see how you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally. Now, Prithvi Mudra is to allow us to become centered. So just take a moment to feel the connection of the thumb against the tip of the ring finger. Just be aware of the palm curling and also the other fingers. Just feel them all connect to one another. Feel that connection as you become centered to practice. If you have had some time to read the May newsletter, we talked about life force energy, which is prana flow. The flow of energy through the body. We'll work on that through our practice today as we work through a Vinyasa Flow. And also trying to balance and open and clear any blockages through the chakra system. So within our inner body lies another universe of energy, our life force. Known as the chakras, the word chakra literally means spinning wheel. These untouchable orbs of life are said to play a role in our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. And in yoga, life force or prana is thought to circulate between the two polarities of the body and consciousness. There are many chakras in the body, but in yoga we mainly deal with those that are thought to align with the spine, the 6 energy centers that lie on this axis through the core of the body, span from the root to the crown. The 7th chakra floats above the head, beyond the realms of the physical, as the 1,000-petaled lotus flower. The key to lasting health, happiness, and vitality is thought to lie in keeping these wheelhouses of energy spinning smoothly. Chakras are thought to govern our behavior and emotions, and they are a roadmap to the energetic knowledge we store in our subtle body. So for a moment, just visualize those energetic wheels spinning along the length of the spine, all the way from the root, right at the base of the tailbone, and all the way to the 7th chakra, just spinning above the crown of your head. Visualize your breath being long, slow, and deep to clear blockages of chi or prana, that energy flow. And as we are working with the subtle energies of the body throughout May, you might wish to bring an intention or a statement of affirmation that resonates with you, or you feel more prominently today in particular, something that you can carry with you through the practice. And nice and gently releasing the mudra, opening the palm, just as the lotus flower opens, wiggling the fingers, bringing some soft movement back into the hands, back into the wrists. Gently circle through the shoulders, lifting the shoulders up as you breathe in. And circling back as you breathe out. Just a few more rotations here, and you lift up all the way from the hips and the waist, lifting those shoulders all the way to the ears. And then lift the arms up, interlace the fingers, and just press the palms up towards the sky. Maybe you take the gaze, looking up. And stretch the sides of your body, give yourself as you breathe in, and side bend out as you breathe out. Release the hands in front of you and draw the belly back to the spine as you curl through the front body, dropping the chin towards the chest, pressing the knuckles away. Relax the shoulders here. Breathing in and out. Really start to focus on that breath. Breathing in, circle the arms all the way back behind you. Fingertips go behind you and open up the chest. Just to release the spine a little bit. That's where we will be focusing our practice all along the chakras today. Bringing center. Give yourself a little twist. Doesn't matter which way you go. Breathing in to lengthen. Really drawing the abdomen in. Lengthening the spine. And deepening the rotation as you breathe out. And then turning to the other side. Breathing in as you lengthen, breathing out to deepen. Bringing yourself back into center, and let's come into a child's pose. So bringing the toes together, knees might go a little bit wider, and then you can relax the belly between the thighs. Give yourself a little bit of wiggle room here so that you can really feel the spine starting to lengthen. Reaching the fingertips out, maybe you rest the head down onto the mat or onto a block. And then here, as the forehead connects to the mat, And you find that steady and slow, deepening and even breath. Just draw once more into your intention. Draw it into the mind's eye, behind the eyelids, behind the forehead. We're going to be focusing on all 7 chakras today through the practice, holding for a number of breaths. So that breath, that spinal breath from root to crown as you breathe in, and crown to root as you breathe out. Gently bring yourself up into tabletop, bringing the knees in line with the hips. And just start to feel grounded here through the palms, through the tops of the feet, lifting up the abdomen, nice strong spine, and then dropping into your cat and cows, breathing as you move through the spine. Scan through all of the practice, really visualize those energy wheelhouses, those centers of the chakras. We know where they are. And then releasing back, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, keeping the knees nice and bent, coming into a very relaxed downward facing dog, just pedaling out through the feet, just starting to release through the ankles, the backs of the legs. And when you're ready, nice deep exhale, releasing both heels together. Pressing the chest back towards the thighs, keeping the ears in line with the biceps. Slow and steady breaths down the spine. And then looking forward, walking the feet towards the hands at the front of your mat. When you get there, start to release all 10 toes, bending into the knees, folding from the hips, and releasing the belly, the chest down over the thighs, taking hold of the elbows, swaying out from side to side. Your choice here, you can release the fingertips and start to lift through the back of the knees, back of the hamstrings, lifting up through the sit bones. Letting the head release, neck is soft. Nice and slowly, take your time to roll up to standing, pressing into the feet, really drawing the belly back towards the spine, and then coming all the way up into Tadasana, bringing the toes to touch, standing at the front of your mat, mountain pose. And then here, really feel those energy centers. So our root right down in the pelvic floor, our sacral chakra, our solar plexus chakra, our heart chakra, our throat chakra, our third eye chakra, and above the head, our crown chakra. So let's do 3 rounds of sun salutations. Hands come into the heart center. I really want you to feel the breath of the inhale and exhale as we move. Breathing in to salute. Breathing out to fold. Breathing in, right leg steps back, low lunge. Breathing out, tabletop, round position. Breathing in, cobra. Breathing out, down dog. Breathing in, right leg steps forward, nice low lunge. Breathing out, fold. Breathing in, bring yourself up. Breathing out, hands come into the heart. Maybe you close the eyes if you feel balanced. Breathing in, salute. Breathing out, fold. Breathing in, left leg steps back, low lunge. Breathing in, tabletop. Ground position as you breathe out. Breathing in, cobra. Breathing out, down dog. Breathing in, left leg steps forward, low lunge. Breathing out, fold. Breathing in, arms raise. Breathing out, samastiti. Repeating right and left. I'm just going to call the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in right. Breathe out, all in one movement. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Repeating left. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale left. Exhale, all one movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale left. Exhale. Inhale, raise. Exhale. Last and final, right and left. I'm not going to say anything at all. I want you to flow through your sun salutations with your breath. Close the eyes, drawing focus. Slow and steady. There's no rush. And reaching back up to the front of the mat, finding that mountain pose once more. Toes touch, heels are slightly out, really drawing up from the earth all the way to the crown. Going to come into our first section, which is our Muladhara. So these are our grounding postures. Breathing in, arms raised. Breathing out, flat back fold. Breathing in, half lift. Breathing out, step back right leg, step back left. Find your high plank. Chaturanga up dog or knees down, ground position, cobra. Back to down dog. 3 breaths in your down dog. And let's start this process of feeling grounded now for Muladhara.
Breathing in, root to spine. Breathing out, crown to root. Three breaths in each posture today. Looking forward, bringing the right foot between the hands, opening yourself up into your warrior two, Virabhadrasana. And really focusing on your Muladhara, your pelvic floor here, grounding through the feet. 3 breaths here. Breathing in, again, root to crown. Breathing out, crown to root. Second posture in Muladhara is our reverse warrior. So lifting up the top arm, reaching back, bending a little bit more into the front knee. 3 breaths. Bringing the arms back through warrior two, straightening through the front leg, drawing the inner thighs together. Third posture, triangle, Trikonasana. Reaching out and bending over. 3 breaths here. Returning to warrior two, gently bending the front knee. We're going to come into our sacral postures. So stepping forward, if you have a block handy, you can always use that, or you can just reach the hand down, coming into half moon. Really be aware of the sacral region here as we move up to Swadhisthana. 3 breaths. Moving into Chapasana, which is taking hold of the back foot. You can either press the foot into the hand or draw the heel in towards the buttock. 3 breaths. Be aware of the sacral chakra here. And from here, we're going to release into a standing forward fold. So you're going to turn the body, release the foot with control, hold the belly, the chest down over the thighs and start to lengthen up through the back of the legs, lifting the sacrum to the sky. 3 breaths, hold. Moving into solar plexus, we're going to take a chair pose, sweeping the hands, bending the knees. 3 breath hold. Arms can be out in front of you or biceps up to ears. Sit down, draw the abdomen in. Really be aware of solar plexus here. Last breath. Coming into twisted chair for 3 breaths. Hands come into the heart center, left elbow, right knee. And breathing in, breathing out. Moving into the third posture for solar plexus. Stepping the weight into the right foot, trying to keep the arms in your prayer. Stepping back with the left. into twisted lunge, releasing the left hand on the inside of your right foot, sweeping that right arm up to the sky, finding your twisted lunge here, really opening up the torso so that you can get that belly, the solar plexus free from the thigh. And release the hand. Choice of yours is connecting vinyasa time. So back into plank, chaturanga, up dog, or ground position cobra. Back to down dog. And 3 breaths. Or you can take a child's pose for a little breather before we move into the heart chakra. Inhaling right leg up and back. We're coming into wild thing. So the right leg goes over to the left side of your mat. Lifting up the hips. 3 breaths in your wild thing. Bring yourself back. And that right leg comes through and between the hands. You're going to come into a crescent lunge. By lifting up the arms, you can always take a kneeling lunge here if you need to rest that back knee down. Lift the heart here. So really open the chest, the sternum to the sky, reaching fingertips back. 3 breaths, bending front knee, dropping hips. Going to transition into dancer, stepping forward, taking left leg. Pressing foot into hand, opening up into 3 breaths in your dancer balance. And release the leg behind you. And we're going to roll back onto our backs. So you just release yourself down and roll down. Draw the knees in. Oh, a little bit of a rest. So we're moving up from the heart into the throat. Placing soles of feet down. First posture, 3 breath hold is bridge. So lifting up the hips. Lengthening through the neck. And then next posture is our shoulder stand and then into halasana. So releasing the spine down, taking your option of shoulder stand. Three breath hold, focuses on your throat chakra. Slow, long, deep breath. Releasing the feet behind you into plow or halasana, supporting the spine or releasing the hands down. Three breaths. Move into our Ajna chakra, the third eye. So slowly roll the spine down. Legs come up 90 degrees and then slowly lower the legs all the way to the mat. Take a moment to breathe in Shavasana. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring the toes together. Use the core. Lift the arms. Bring yourself up to seated. Paschimottanasana. Again, third eye is our focus. So opening up the chest. Third eye looks forward. And then if you wish to, you can take that full fold, bringing the third eye down towards the knees. Breathing deep into the center of the eyebrows for 3 breaths. And then lifting yourself up, swinging the legs around behind you, coming all the way into prone. Still working with our Ajna chakra, full prone position or crocodile. Head comes to the back of the hands. The body isn't relaxed here, it's fully engaged. You're pressing into the tops of the feet, the legs are engaged, the abdomen, the spine. Three breaths in full crocodile and releasing the hands into Sphinx. Again, third eye area, focusing down towards the front line of your mat. Neck is long. And widening the elbows, pressing back to tabletop, coming into our final chakra, which is our crown. So your choice here, rabbit or headstand prep. I'll let you make that choice. So this is crown chakra. If you wish to hold for more than 3 breaths, please go ahead. Coming down nice and safely. Child's pose for 3 breaths, releasing the hands back behind you and resting forehead down so the crown of the head reaches towards the earth. And then hands come forward into tabletop, tucking the toes, exhaling into downward dog. The crown of the head reaches down towards the mat. And looking forward, walking the feet towards the hands, exhaling into the fold. And breathing in, bring yourself up to standing. And exhale, toes come together, heels out to the side, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a moment just to reflect on all of that flow. We started at the root, went all the way up to the crown, and guess what? We obviously have the second side. So inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, full fold, flat back, press the chest away. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, your choice, stepping or hopping back into your connecting vinyasas. And back into down dog. Let's start here, 3 breaths. So really starting to feel connected to your Muladhara chakra once more, looking forward. Left leg steps between the hands, opening it up. Warrior 2. 3 breath hold. Reverse warrior, 3 breath hold. Bending a little more into the front knee, really sinking the root chakra downwards. And then bringing yourself back through warrior to straighten the front leg, drawing the inner thighs together, preparing for triangle, reaching out long, and coming down for 3 breaths. Doing great. Bringing yourself center, bending into warrior 2, preparing for the balance, half moon pose. So stepping forward, releasing the hand down to a block to the mat or finding the balance itself. 3 breaths in half moon. Being aware of the sacral chakra now for Shavasana, either pressing the foot into the hand and opening up or drawing the heel in towards the buttock. And then coming into that full forward fold, releasing the foot, turning the body, bending the knees, relaxing belly, chest to thighs, and then starting to lift the sit bones, being very aware of the flat part of the pelvis, the sacrum, reaching to the sky. So chair pose, breathing in, 3 breaths. Twisted chair, being aware of the solar plexus here, right elbow, left knee, twisting, 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 really getting that belly free from the thigh so that you can open up, sitting down a little bit more. Knowing what comes next is your twisted lunge. You're going to shift the weight into your left foot and step back with control with your right. Still stay with the hands in prayer if you can, and then release the hand down. Choosing the option to relax the right knee down, opening up the top arm. Really breathing into all those digestive organs, the center of your body. And then releasing the hands, choosing your connecting vinyasa back to down dog. Making a choice of down dog or child's pose as you need. So we're going to come into our heart. So wild thing, lifting up left leg, taking it over to the right side of your mat this time. Lifting up the hips, pressing up. Opening the heart to the sky, really breathing deep into the energetic and the physical heart space. Bringing yourself back into center, that left leg comes straight through, opening up into crescent lunge. Opening heart to sky, sinking hips, bending front knee. Preparing to come into the balance of Natarajasana, dancer, stepping forward into the left, lifting right, and pressing away. Find the balance for 3 breaths. That right leg tucks behind you. You drop down onto the shin and then slowly release yourself on your back. You might need to shuffle forward and drawing the knees in. Oh, I'm working up a sweat. So preparing for throat, bridge, shoulder stand, halasana. Maybe you wish to change your bridge and interlace the fingers underneath. Three breaths. Soften through the throat area. strong through the feet and the legs, releasing the hands, roll down, and then finding your shoulder stand variation. Three breaths. And then releasing the legs into halasana variation, maybe a snail with the knees bent by the side of the ears. You might interlace the fingers and press the knuckles down. There was a time when my knees got to my ears. Not now. Slowly releasing from halasana, rolling down through the spine. Slow control. Once the spine comes down, you can lower the legs. Take one breath in and out in Shavasana. Using the core, lift yourself up. And full forward fold, Ajna chakra, so third eye. Relaxing down the head towards the shins. Three breaths. Come out of your seated forward fold to swing the legs around behind you, coming into that full prone position, head resting onto the back of the hands. Everything is engaged here, the toes, the feet, the ankles, the legs, the spine. Breathing from root to crown. And then Sphinx. The third eye just focuses down to the front of your mat. Widening the elbows as you breathe out. You're going to press back into tabletop. So taking your option once more for crown chakra, either the rabbit or your headstand. Maybe you wish to take more than 3 breaths here. Down to child's pose, hands come back to the hips. Head rests down onto the mat and the crown of the head. That space above the head, the 1,000-petaled lotus. Last posture for crown is our down dog. So hands come forward, tucking the toes, exhaling. Crown of the head reaches towards the earth. Really breathing from root to crown and exhaling crown to root. Looking forward, walking the feet towards the hands at the front of your mat, exhaling there into a full fold. And then either rolling or lifting yourself up. And releasing the hands down. Big toes touch, closing the eyes, coming into mountain pose to close off all 7 chakras practice.
come down to our mat. How are we doing? We good. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, half lift. Your choice, obviously, stepping or hopping back into your connecting vinyasas. Last downward facing dog. Take 2, 3 breaths, 5 breaths, whatever feels good right now. And then when you're ready, lowering the knees, rolling back through a child's pose, bringing your hands back as you roll up through the spine, coming into kneeling. Just take a moment in Thunderbolt pose, Vajrasana, sitting nice and tall, and just feel the spine now. Releasing all effort. Maybe you found some of the practice quite strong, some was challenging, some was nice and familiar and easy, but just notice how you feel now, clearing all of those 7 chakras. And let's release the legs out in front of us to seated. Let's take some pranayama before we come down to our mat. Sitting. Oh, very hot. So returning to our Prithvi Mudra. And just sitting nice and tall here. And let's find our 3-part yogic breath. So the 3-part yogic breath starts in the belly, moves to the diaphragm, moves to the chest. So I'll do the first one with you and then let you carry on for another few minutes. So breathing in the belly, diaphragm, chest, and exhaling chest, diaphragm, belly. Long, slow, deep, dirgha swasam. Let's find that for yourselves. Just a few more breaths here. Really feeling that prana, the life force energy, the vitality, filling your entire body with breath. The breath washing over all of the chakras. And releasing all effort from the breath, breathing normally, releasing the mudra. And lifting the knees together, give yourself a big hug. And let's slowly roll down through the spine, come onto our backs once more, drawing the knees in towards the chest. Gently roll and massage out through the spine. So as I said at the beginning, the chakras, they're invisible. You can't see them.
If you were to do a cross section of the body, you wouldn't be able to see those chakras. They are completely subtle energies, but they track along the spine all the way from the tailbone right up to the crown of the head. And now place the soles of the feet down wide, letting the knees drop together, and just open up the chest into cactus arms as you can soften, releasing all effort, letting go of tightness, tension. Relax through the facial expression, through the torso, through the arms, the hands. Letting go of buttocks, hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and feet and toes. And that spinal breath still continuing to be long, slow, deep and equal, root to crown on the inhale, crown to root on exhale. Heel toe the feet into parallel. Keeping the arms out to the side, just lift and shift the hips over to the right, dropping the knees over to the left. Take a gentle supine twist here. Trying to keep the chest nice and open, drawing both shoulders down, letting the knees drop and release to the mat. Breathing in, bring the knees back into center, realign the hips, lift and shift them over to the left, and then drop the knees over to the right, trying to anchor through the left side. And breathing in, bring those knees back into center, realign the hips and pelvis, stretch the legs out, lift the arms up above the head, interlace the fingers, give yourself a big stretch. And then making yourself warm, we are going to come into a longer shavasana than usual. So just making yourself comfortable and warm, pocketing socks, jumpers. Got a little bit of a chakra meditation in shavasana to come. So nyasa means to place within. And during this nyasa practice, we place our attention carefully at a point in our body. For this meditation, we place vibration or mantra in the chakras. And this is working with the bija seed mantras. And after each seed sound, you can just lay quietly and listen inwards for any thoughts, feelings. So just take a few moments to make any adjustments, or just make yourself comfortable as you lie down, and feel a sense of calmness within. So bring your attention to your mind's eye, your brain, and your spinal cord, and let yourself feel
as if they are floating in fluid. As you inhale, follow the breath up the spine through the fluid. And as you breathe out on the exhale, swim down the spine. Now focus on your tailbone. When you inhale, draw the breath down the spine into your tailbone. And as you exhale, visualize the color red. The Bija seed mantra for the Muladhara is Lam. So you don't have to say the mantra, but visualize and feel the vibrations. Lam. 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 Now bring your attention to the lower belly. This is the seat of the second chakra, the sacral or svadhisthana. As you inhale, bring your attention to the lower abdomen and feel your lower belly soften. The color is orange. The sound is Vam. 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 Now bring your energy and your consciousness into the solar plexus, the seat of your power, the center of your core. The color is yellow. Bring your attention to your navel center, and the sound is Ram. 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 Now your attention to your heart. As you breathe in, fill your heart with love and kindness and feel the heartbeat. Let a green shade of color surround and shroud and protect your heart. As you breathe in, fill up the physical and the energetic center with the sound Yam. Now the attention goes to the throat, just the area at the center of the collarbones. As you breathe a deep, crystal blue, clear breath into the throat space, bringing more clarity and softness to this area. Fill your throat with the vibration of hum. Moving to the center of your forehead, the area between the eyebrows, the ajna or third eye chakra, as you imagine a violet light behind the eyes. Draw all of your vision and intuition to this area. As you feel the vibration of Om wash through your head. Bring your attention to the space above the crown of your head. Here is where the 1,000-petaled lotus, Sahasrara, or the crown chakra, sits. As you see a bright, white, crystalline, pure light shining onto the top of your head. Soha. 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 Now inhale from the 1,000-petaled lotus to the base of the spine. And exhale from the root to the crown of the head. Releasing all effort, all focus and attention. Feel and listen within. Meditation of Vinyasa, to place within. Taking a few deeper breaths now, just bringing awareness back into your room, onto the mat, and back into the body by bringing soft and gentle movement to the fingers, to the hands, to the toes, to the feet. Taking your time to awaken. Choosing to stretch or draw the knees in. Time to roll over to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat if you can. Try to keep the eyes closed as you bring the hands into the heart center, Anjali Mudra, for reverence for your own practice today. And as you sit where we began our practice together, just take note of the spinal column all the way from the tailbone right up to the base of the neck and onwards to the crown. And just feel the prana flow. Is it flowing more freely through the chakra system, through those energy wheel houses, through the energy centers that we worked upon, through meditation, mantra, and asana? And return to your own personal intention or affirmation for practice today, and how that guided and supported you, and how you may be able to take that into the rest of your week, using chakra system in your daily life. our life force energy, bringing vitality to our emotional, mental, and physical well-being. And always remembering to give thanks to yourself. And I thank you. Namaste.